Hey everybody, and welcome to Wednesday night Sculpting Live. I'm here in the studio, and I've got some more tieflings and stuff to work on this week, so we're gonna jump right into that and get started. So here's what I've got so far. Now you'll notice that in the previous episode, I had I had worked on this character here and had gotten so far with the armor, and we had talked about doing the chainmail and so forth on there, and so I haven't gone back and worked on any of this, but I kind of wanted to get started on blocking out the second character, and so I think what I'm going to start on tonight is the sorceress. So let's see if I can. I need to go into here and get rid of all that, so we can save a little bit of space. So all right, and then let's see. Get that out of the way. And I need to move some screens around so I can actually see what I'm doing here. Let's see, let's go back to here. And then we're going to make some adjustments to that. So, okay. All right. I hope you guys have had a good week. It's been kind of crazy around here. I've been having to wait to mow the property. The grass has gotten pretty high. A couple of weeks ago, we built some new steps and put those on the back of the house, and so we've been in and out trying to dodge the rain, and so it finally had dried out enough for me to get out and mow, and I got about 20 minutes into it, and the I guess it was the front linkage bar on the deck of the mower. It broke, so I've ordered another part, and that's supposed to be here tomorrow. So I'm hoping that I can go out and get it mowed again before it rains again. So they're forecasting that it's not supposed to rain again until Friday. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to beat that and kind of get this ankle deep grass, cut down before it gets too thick. So let's check the old chat there. Chatosaurus Rex. All right. Looks like that's working great. So if you guys have any questions or anything, or you've got some comments about what kind of hobby stuff you've been working on lately, pop that down in the chat and let me know. So otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and get on sculpting this Tiefling Spellcaster. So and I think what I want to do is something a little bit different with her torso. So again, these are temporary horns, and I'll probably go back and as with what I did on this tiefling here, sculpting the texture and stuff on the horns. I don't know if I'm going to use the same texture or not. I may actually create a custom texture in order to make these, but I'll have to jump into Photoshop to do that. So I don't know if you guys can. Let's see. There we go. That's probably a little bit better. You can probably hear me a little bit better now. I forgot to grab my microphone and bring that over. So yeah, so that's probably better. And that's the kind of week it's been. Just doing the stuff, trying to get the stuff done. We sent out an email today, and we've still got the pre-order going on for our Counterblast stuff. So if you guys want you want to get in on the pre-order price for the Counterblast rule book and the lunchbox edition, the lunchbox is going to be limited, so we're only going to do like a few extras of those over the pre-orders. So if you guys want to grab those lunch boxes, now is the best time to do that. So we're going to be running the pre-orders. Those will be live in the web store until the end of the month. So yeah, let's see. Is it May the 30th? I don't think it's got 31 days, does it? I can't remember. Yep, there we go. May the 31st. That's it. So, okay. So let's hide some of that other stuff. And we're going to work on this just a little bit. And I'm going to split out some of these parts. Let's see, the pelvis and the torso. There we go. And let's split this. Okay. So there we've just got the basic torso object. So what am I wanting to do with that? Let's see. What I want to do is divide it up. I'm gonna merge all of these into one subtool. Okay, so all right. So let's dynamesh all that together. Let's hit polish, C512, and see how that does. That looks pretty good. Okay, so let's go back to we're going to reduce the well, actually what I need to do is I'm going to create right now I've got separate breasts on the torso. So what I'd like to do is create kind of a uniboob kind of an object, because she's going to have like a dress with a high neckline. Okay, so all of this is going to be covered with fabric. So hey Timothy, thanks for jumping in. It's good to see you, man. Glad you could make it. I'm just now getting started, so you haven't missed anything yet. Hopefully you've got some hobby stuff going on tonight. I've been able to do some hobbying this week a little bit. I found I've got these sprues from the most recent edition of Space Hulk, and there was like a little, I guess, an objective marker or something with like this dead, like Terminator Space Marine guy sitting on this throne kind of a thing. And so I had started putting that together, but I didn't really care for the fact that it was blood angels, so I cut all of the iconography off of it, and I'm going to start putting Dark Angel stuff on there. So I've been shooting some video of that, and I'll probably package up a little video and post that over on YouTube once I get it converted and painted and stuff. So I've started documenting that. It could be weeks before I can get to that. So okay, so let's see, insert capsule. All right, so what I'm going to do is use this capsule object to create her bust line on the dress, but I kind of want it to be of a similar size. So what? So we're going to line it up kind of along here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then let's taper that. And I don't want to taper it along the x-axis, but I do want to taper it like this a little bit. So yeah, that looks pretty good. So we'll keep that. And then we'll check that, and let's see if I can. Okay, yeah, pretty close. All right, so let's check that against the torso. All right. Bring that back down. Okay. And then once I get all of the basic forms into place, then I can go back and sculpt details and so forth. So let's see, let's make some adjustments on there. Let's see, I want that. Oh, and what I want to do is move this stuff around. So we're going to move. Yeah. And that still creates kind of a curve to the fabric as it stretches across there. Okay, so let's see if I've got enough resolution. I'm going to bump that up just a little bit, and then what I want to do is we're going to merge that down, and then we're going to go and Dynamesh it again. See, I should have done all this as one piece. So oh, cool. Running a game with Wand of White Star's crew this weekend. Okay, well that sounds like a lot of fun. Vicky and I were talking about putting some scenery together here so that we would have some cool like mining outpost terrain for the sessions that we're going to run at ReaperCon over Labor Day weekend. Well, she's going to run the sessions at ReaperCon, and I'm actually going to be running tabletop demos of the 2.0 adventure battle game. So, but it would be kind of cool to have some new terrain for both of those setups. So we're still kind of working on that. Let's see. I haven't replaced the Illyrian Mini on the PC crew. with a slightly converted generic plugger mini. Let's see. Have to replace. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Well, yeah, there should be some new Illyrians to choose from to kind of do that. So, because we've got Norg, and then we've got Norg on the cover pose of the book, and then there's what is his name? Sprieg. Yeah, he's kind of an engineer guy. So yeah, those are new. Plus, you've probably got a ton of the old models to pick from. So, let's see. ReaperCon is on my list of places I'm interested to attend. Oh, we'd love for you to come and hang out at ReaperCon. That would be super cool if you get a chance to do that. I'd like to be able to come out to KublaCon. I know that there's supposed to be a game of Counterblast running. I think it's the Jumpstart thing out at KublaCon. Oh, okay. Cool. I'm working on the metal ones. All right, let's see. Let's hit polish and polish that. There we go. We got it all smoothed out. So, okay. Alright, now what I want to do is I need to, and let's see, I can get rid of this torso. Okay. And let's check the legs. So So we're going to kind of fill this anatomy out a little bit. Well, probably not too much, but check the silhouette of that. Let's see if that's following the line that I'm looking for, which it looks like it is. Okay. So now what I want to do is I'm going to go down here and adjust the legs a little bit. Let's move these arms out of the way. And I only want to work on one of these legs at a time. So let's do that, and then I can mirror it back over. So let's see, let me get a little tablet here. And I want to run the inflate tool a little bit to kind of bring the thighs out. So that they match the torso a little bit better. Let's see. Yeah. It kind of, this is actually the base model for that I had for Kai the Huntress, the 75mm version. So um, I tend to sculpt these digigrade legs, particularly with the Niran. They're more of like, if you did the proportions are kind of weird on that, because it's like if you make this is actually her actual leg size. So what you wind up having to do is from the heel to the ball of the foot where the hooves are, you have to kind of lengthen that part, which kind of makes it adds on. Like if this leg was straightened out, her foot would actually fall about here, because it would be midway from, you know, the hip to the heel. Okay, so to get the proportions to look right, you have to actually extend it just a little bit further, and then these are like in thirds, roughly in thirds, right here. So, and here, in order to get that to look right. And because I'd started with the first iterations of the Niran that I had done, I did them, you know, where it was from the hip to the floor was like here. And so their legs looked kind of stumpy. They looked sort of short. And when you look at the Draenei in World of Warcraft, particularly because they run and jump and do all of that sort of thing, it's like the male Draenei have shorter legs than the female Draenei. And so the female Draenei are kind of like this. The proportions are very similar to that. And that just looks more natural. It looks, I guess, a little bit more graceful or whatever, you know, when you're doing, you know, that kind of a leg shape. So they all tend to kind of look like this. And the what was it? The feedback that I got on doing the tieflings is everybody wanted hooves on there. So I thought, okay, well, we'll put hooves on them, but they're going to be like this to me. So that actually that looks kind of better. So, and then our little spellcaster is going to be a little bit diverse. So we're going to add a little bit of diversity to our spellcaster. So, and then I got to figure, ooh, that's a little too much. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll get back to sculpting that here in just a second. Let's go ahead and add that other leg back in. So we're going to duplicate that leg and then mirror it. And then we'll put that back together and auto group it. There we go. Yeah. All right, cool. So and then in order to get that to work, is that how that is? Yeah, I guess it is. Okay. Well, then let's do that. So we'll go here. Then we'll auto group this, and then we'll group this and this and this. And are those dynamic? No dynamic subdivisions. Good. Okay. So let's bring that up just a little bit to kind of match that. Well, that's a good idea. Let's go ahead and save that file. Just my initial impression without the head attached. Yeah. The hooves and toes and heel is the second joint. Yeah. Yep. It's all that. But all right. Okay. wonder if I can deflate it. Yeah. Okay, and she's going to have sleeves and stuff on there later anyway. But let's go to that. And then... yeah. Okay. So now we can kind of figure out what we want to do with the costuming. So I would imagine she's going to have some sort of like partial skirt thing. And I'd kind of like for that to be asymmetrical. So let's go back to work on this. I think that's... I think that's creased across there. Maybe. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. And I don't think that I'm going to worry too much. I think I'll do some kind of like collar, like necklace kind of thing to connect that, so I don't have to worry about doing a lot of detailing across there. Let's see. Okay, and then I guess she's going to have some kind of... All right. So let's add some geometry. Let's see. Or some resolution, rather. I do that one more. Wait, okay. Not what I was wanting. Okay. Man, the delay on that is... You can still see that crease across there from the topology. the way that's doing that. So. All right. Okay, so we'll remesh that a little bit and see if I can get that down. My asymmetrical skirt, what do you mean? Let's see, my head picture is a short tie wrap skirt. Oh, well, hey Steve, thanks for jumping in, man. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing okay. What I was talking about earlier on the asymmetrical skirt was something that's kind of like in the first Resident Evil movie. What is it? Alice has like a skirt that's cut kind of diagonally, so it's not the same hem, like the same length on both sides. It goes across. So I was thinking that would look kind of cool, for tiefling stuff. So, so it may be something like that. Man, if I can get this to remesh, that would be super great. Come on. There we go. Okay. So let's go ahead and save that. I would say, if you remember, with the smooth, stronger brush. Yeah, I've gone through like a, let's see, it's is it in here? Smooth. All right, I don't know if I've got that in my toolbox. Okay. Set solo on there. Hi, Yugos. Hey, thanks for jumping into the chat, man. It's good to see you. I'm glad you guys are hanging out with me tonight. I hope you guys are working on some hobby stuff too. Or at least watching a little bit of TV. Got something else going on. To me, like, a lot of this type of stuff is like watching the paint dry or grass grow or something like that. It's very slow. That's why I guess a lot of the stuff on YouTube is time lapse kind of things, I guess. Because let's see. Trying to comma and go under brushes. Okay. Oh, you mean it's in the what is it called? Light box thing? Let's see. Brush. Standard. Let's see. Smooth. Let's see. Smooth stronger. I guess it's this one. Let's see. This brush will be selected. Okay. Okay. So I guess that's the one when I hit shift. Smooth stronger. That's cool. Okay. Oh yeah, I kind of like that. That's cool. I may have to set that as a default. So let's run a few. Ooh. Run a few more of these. I don't really want to put too many fabric wrinkles in because it's like, well, I haven't posed the figure yet, so I kind of want to go back and I want to leave some of them for the posing. But I do want to add some seams and so forth, so we'll probably put some seams on there. Oh, so here's kind of a cool thing that I've been doing lately. Let's see. We'll go to let's see, where is that? Okay. Oh, morph target. Okay. So I'm going to store the morph target on this, and then I'm going to go to the chisel brush, and I usually prefer that brush tip, which is number 2. Okay, and usually it's super heavy duty. Okay, so let's crank the intensity back to about 80. Let's see, a little bit more. Or I can just type it in. There we go. Which is one of the reasons why I don't like using the pen, because I can't ever get any of the little slider things to work or land where I want to. Let's see. Okay. Default to restart. Okay. Let's see. And then let's run that down to about... That's still a little small. Yeah, there we go. Man, if I can get that to maneuver. Okay, and then I can go back and hit this with, well, actually I'm going to save that until I get done with that. Let's see, if I give her a seam. If I give her seams across here, that's going to look kind of like a sci-fi suit, and I don't really want it to look like that. As a matter of fact, I may just go ahead and... I may just hold off on doing that at all. That's the rough thing about... Well, I mean, it's cool and it's not cool. The not cool part of doing this on the fly is that it's like, well, I don't really have a roadmap. I don't have my own art that I'm working from. I've got a collection of rough, well, not rough, but a collection of assorted pictures that I swiped off of Pinterest just as, you know, rough reference models. So, but the cool thing about working from art is that I've got a definitive roadmap. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to consider, oh, hey, well, if I do this, how is that going to impact, you know, what I do later on? Because it's like, well, I can go ahead and bake that right into the sculpt as I'm working on it. So, But in this instance, it's like, well, I'm not really sure what I want to do. So I think before I get too tangled up in doing a lot of details and stuff on the torso, I think that's going to be a good start just to give me an idea of what I'm working on. Let's go ahead and, okay. There's where we are. Okay, so I think if I go ahead and block out a couple of the other areas that I'm looking for, then that'll give me kind of an idea of where I want to go from here. So, okay, so let's come down here. Actually, we're going to put it in between here. So I'm going to add this other capsule, and let's go ahead and show the torso so that I can get an idea of where this skirt thing is going to be. So it's all trial and error until I get a pretty good idea of what I'm looking for. So it's like, well, should it come across this way? Yeah. And if we break down here, I can feather it into that later. Okay. So roughly something here. Okay. So before I cut that, I want to go ahead and form up kind of where that's going to go. Let's yeah. Okay. That should be low enough resolution to do what I want to do with it. And I kind of thought it would be sort of cool for this one, since she is going to be a spellcaster, to be casting a spell. But I don't really want to put a spell effect in it. So, let's see. I don't want to do that. I want to come across there. Like this. Let's see what that looks like. And let's turn that off. Ooh, let's go this way. Yeah. Something sort of that shape. So I can still go back and adjust that. And I think as a spellcaster, it would be cool if she had like little pouches and maybe some kind of like reagent things. I'm not sure what. So let's I have to go back and okay, so let's see, let's go to that's what I thought. Okay, so let's see if that will. If that'll smooth that out a little bit. If not, I may have to go back and clean that edge up. Or, well, it depends. It's like if I put a lot of folds in it, if it's doing a lot of action stuff, then it may or may not show up. Oh man, I gotta tell you, I've seriously got to upgrade this gear. Let's go. Okay, there we go. And then I'll have to manufacture some kind of a slit in the back of that to account for her tail. Because everybody over in the Facebook group said, oh, they're going to need tails if they're tieflings. Tiefling tails. Okay. So, let's see. What I want to do is, I'm going to... Man. I really want to go ahead and block that out. Okay. Let's just go ahead and put this down here for now. And then let's figure out what we want to do with the pose, and then I'll put the drapery and stuff over that. So, it may be kind of cool. Let's see. Okay, first of all, I'm going to split those into two separate arms so that I can pose them individually. And there we go. Okay. Maybe she's got, yeah, I think it's going to be this angle. We're gonna delete that set of horns because I have another, well, I'm going to make another set. So see if she'll be like this. Yeah. Then let's actually put that into the shoulder. Yeah. Okay, and then once I get the rough post blocked out, then I can go back and adjust some of this anatomy. Let's see. This will give me just a rough idea of kind of how I want. Okay, let's see. Let's go back and clear those. Yeah, and then let's see. So roughly in this place, and you know, and depending on what the sleeves look like, I kind of wanted, you know, these long, flowy sleeves. So these arms may actually just be replaced by those sleeves when I get to that point anyway. But at least I've got a placeholder as a guide that's kind of like, okay, well, this is where they should, you know, where the bends and so forth should go. Let's do something like this. Yeah. that would be kind of fun. Okay, and then I can go back and tweak that when I sculpt the anatomy around it. Okay, so whoop, a little too far. Okay. And to make this a little bit easier to separate out later, I'm going to go through and polygroup those individual limbs so I can it's weird. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Let's go ahead and merge you down here, here, and here. Okay. Then I can work on this. So weight's going to go back on that, and then let's see, I need the lasso. Actually, it's easier if I just do this, because then I can match it up later, because that's already matched to the base. So forward kinematics works like this. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so I'm gonna go here, and then let's also separate you out. And she looks more like she's dancing than she is spellcasting, but maybe that's kind of a thing. Maybe that's like spell singing. There we go. All right. Yep, that's what I'm looking for, is this flow through. Like the energy is up here and it's flowing through here. So her center of gravity is here. So, okay. So I need to move you back out. Bardic Tiefling. Huh. Maybe. I wasn't really planning on giving her any kind of an instrument or anything, but maybe she's got a lute strapped to her back or something. I don't know. I'd have to sculpt that. I don't think I've got anything like that in the library already. So okay. So let's get this. Let's see. Bards also sing and perform. Well, that's true. Yeah, maybe she's a singing tiefling. So that's a possibility. I was kind of hoping to make it, at least generic enough that it's like, well, you could use it for a tiefling bard or maybe some other kind of a spellcaster type of character. So it'd be a little bit more versatile that way. But okay, so let's clear that, and I'm going to move all of this down to about here, and then see if I can get the hoofers to line up. So let's save our progress so far, because typically when I do stuff like this, it crashes and I lose all that stuff. So okay, so let's turn that off now, and let's do this one first. So let's hide that base. All about the base. So I'm going to line that up. And I think it's going to be roughly about there. Yeah, I'll have to go back and make some adjustments on that, because her hoof is going to have to be out here. So that's going to have to twist, like the bones will twist over in there and line up with that. So there's still some anatomy sculpting to do on that. So, okay. So let's put you over here. That lines up pretty good. Now, let's see if that's wildly outside of 25 millimeter base. A little bit. Yeah, I think I know what's going on there. Okay. So not what I wanted. Whew. Autosave added again. All right. Converting your figures, I totally agree on the versatile model goal. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you never know what somebody's, role playing game is gonna require. So, or they've got a character in mind, and you find, I've done this. It's like you find the perfect sculpt for your character that only needs a tweak or two. Yeah. All right. So what I want to do is I want to move her all. Oop. No. Okay. Let's go back and mask that stuff off again. I want to move everything back to where it matches here. And then yeah, then that's gonna turn out. That's gonna turn. The heel's gonna turn in. Yeah. And then and then I can compress all of this stuff to match. So let's put her knee back in. Probably a little too much. Okay, let's turn on some perspective here. And we'll go down to the base. Let's see. Turn off that. And then take a look at it from all the way around. Yeah. Yep. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? So, I mean, granted, I've got to go in and readjust the anatomy and everything, but this is roughly the pose that I'm thinking. So, you know, there's a flow that goes from here up, down, and like this. So that way, her skirting, yeah. All right, so let's turn this base off, and let's see. Let's go back and tweak some of the anatomy a little bit. See if I can get those outside lines, the silhouettes to line up. Of course, you know, there's going to be adjustment here. Because all that's flexed and so forth. And it's probably all going to be covered up by drapery anyway. So, okay. So let's go ahead and block out. Well, let's see. If I can tweak the hooves just a little bit. That looks pretty close. And the other one, rotate the lead hand to make it look like a more aggressive spell cast, an open palm type of spell, like the model so far. Yeah, I'll go back and pose the hand once I get to, you know, working on the details and stuff. But this gives me an idea of where it's going to be placed. So all right. Yeah, right. Yeah, those little details will kind of move it out of the dancer mode and into more action kind of pose. Plus the drapery and stuff may help a little bit with that too. So, and let's kind of see if I can move that around. See, and that's one of the reasons why. Actually, what I want to do is let's taper that out. yeah, maybe something a little down there. And then let's see. Yeah, because even this has got a nice flow to it from this angle too. All right, let's add some crazy sleeves on there, and I think that's going to be that character, at least the basic shapes blocked out, which was what I really wanted to get to, was like to figure out what is she going to look like. So and then I got to go back and kind of adjust the hair and stuff too in order to add a little bit more movement to it. But and you know, and I got to put her horns in. So, you know, there's that. But okay, so let's see. Let's do let's go ahead and save where we are on there. There we go. Well, yeah, and not only was I trying to mow the grass today before the front strut on the mower deck broke, but we built a new set of steps on the back of the house a couple of weeks ago, and the set that was there before, we had to drag those off to the side to get them out of the way. So I had to take that apart, that lumber today, and stack it out here to get those old steps out of the way, and that was a beat down for sure. So I think I've pretty much done all my workout today that I've wanted to do. So yeah, and I may go back and delete those. But anyway, so okay, that's where we want to go. All right, and then let's go up to. I think I want a sphere to start with for this. And let's turn that back off. Okay. So let's insert this sphere. And let's do this so I can see it. All right. So I'm going to duplicate that and mirror it. So I'm going to put this guy over here. Put this guy over here. And then we'll do a little bit of tweaking on that. Maybe it should be more like, yeah, okay. That'll add a little bit of dynamic direction to it. So and then we'll bend it this way just a little bit. All right, so we'll have some kind of a cool sleeve effect going on there. Let's see, okay. Let's bring that back down. Yeah, I kind of like that that smooth, strong brush. So thanks for mentioning that, Steve. That's pretty handy. I need to add that into my regular brush palette. Okay, so we've got that seated roughly where it's going to go. And then let's put this guy around over here. And then we're going to need to... Ooh, not what I wanted. Okay. Kind of cool. Let's bring that in a little bit more. Okay. Okay, and let's have this bending back. Yeah, okay. Roughly here. Yeah, okay. Yep, I thought it had been working for a while before it decided, oh, you want to save it. You want to save it. Yeah, I want to save it. All right. And then let's put that skirt back on there. Okay, cool. Yeah. And then I'll do some other drapery and stuff across the shoulders. And then maybe some kind of a sash type of thing. But then she'll have belt pouches and all of that type of stuff. Let's see, belt pouch. Maybe like a little scroll or a couple of little bottles, like potion bottles or something. We'll do some of that. Let's go ahead and split that back off. Let's see, I want... This may actually come down and attach to there. I don't know, I may make the sleeves a little bit bigger, may make them a little bit smaller. Not sure. Line this up again. That's kind of weird. Okay, then I can go back and clean that anatomy up. But I've roughly got her blocked out, and then there again, probably do a slit along the back of the coat or the dress, skirt, whatever, for her tiefling tail to come out. So yeah. Okay, well that's the base figure. So that's now it's just it's just a matter of going into that and taking each section at a time and sculpting out the details and stuff on it. So I'm going to go ahead and save that, and I think that's as far as I probably want to get on that tonight. So I think, you know, considering all of the activity today, I'm going to probably call it a little bit early. So tweak that around there a little bit. There we go. But yeah, this will give me a good foundation to come back and add the details and stuff on that. So I'm not sure on the next session if I'll be going back and working on this one some more. We'll go back and work on the armor a little bit more on the other one. That was what I showed at the first of this episode. This is the tiefling fighter character that I had done previously. So had gotten most of the armor blocked out, but I still want to go back and I need to go and add some trim and so forth along these panels on the armor. Probably some trim on the arms. Got to put shoulder pads and stuff on there, and I'm still looking at different breastplate options for that, and then there'll probably be some skirting or something around here, belts, pouches, etc., etc. And I haven't really decided on a pose for this. I don't know if I want to do this in an action pose or something that's more sort of repose or whatever. So I'm still kind of working out. I don't want to really go too much further on that until I decide, yeah, this is the pose that I want to do, so that I can work towards that to do the rest of the accoutrement. So, but yeah, pretty happy with our little tiefling spellcaster. If she's a bard or not, that would be cool. So, and I've got some room here. I could put a little loot or something on the back of her, because it's like, even if she's not a bard, she could still have, you know, some kind of other gear. I'm not really thinking like a backpack would do. So but anyway, Hey, want to tell you guys I appreciate you coming and sitting in on the chat tonight. That's kept me company and kept me on my toes. So I certainly appreciate you guys hanging out, and I will be back again sculpting next Wednesday. I don't foresee anything coming up. Last week we were kind of beat down from building the stairs and so forth, so I wound up having to take a Wednesday off. But this time, I was able to get back into it, and I'm hoping to have these tieflings wrapped up, before the end of the month. That's kind of the goal, so I can get those, get them printed, get them out in the web store, and all that. Put those STL files over on my mini factory. So, if you enjoyed this, be sure and click the like button. That helps us out, helps grow our channel. We're trying to get some more subscribers and stuff on that, so we can create some more content and everything. So anyway, I appreciate you spending your time watching this, and I will see you next Wednesday, Sculpting Live.